Luna back with another TCG kind of update informational thing that probably will save a bunch of people who have been looking for this information everywhere. So, we all know that every game has a deck limit, size requirement, slash, this is where you have to be or your deck is not legal. So, these are the main games I have played or I know are currently still being played by multiple people. So I figured I would make it easy and give you guys a video with the exact number of what you have to have in them, slash what you are allowed, and what the max setup is. So, because this game just released, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are looking for this one, for Shadowverse Evolution, your deck has to be a minimum of 40, a max of 50. This does have a limit slash minimum. Right on. It took me forever to find this. It's real easy, simple to do. This also will help anyone who needs to buy sleeves for their decks because now you'll know exactly how many you need. For Cardfight Vanguard, you have a main deck of 50 cards. Exactly 50 cards. You must have 16 triggers and 34 other cards. I will go into that later if you guys so desire. But it has to be exactly 50. No more, no less, or your deck is not legal. Yu-Gi-Oh players. At this point, you should know this. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh, you should know this. If you're a new player, welcome to the fandom. Minimum of 40 cards. Maximum of 60. You are allowed an extra deck with 15 cards. I'm not going to go into detail on that yet. I'll do that on a different video. Magic the Gathering. If you play standard, 60 cards is what I found was the required for a standard deck. Commander, it's 100 cards. I will go into details about requirements of like limits on copies in another video. Right now it's going to be just the deck sizes themselves. So, for those who are still playing Force of Will everywhere in the world, because my area doesn't, because I let it die when I ended up working too much, I'm sorry. um, so your deck is a minimum of 40, a max of 60. Your side deck can only be 16 cards max. Just to be clear, I am giving these numbers based on information I have acquired as of July 12th, 2023. If I am wrong, feel free to leave a comment and correct me, and I will go back and I will correct it with a thing to go over it. As of right now, from what I found online and researching, these are correct numbers. For Force of Will, you have also a stone deck, which is your mana deck, and that is 10 at minimum, 20 at max. Buddy Fight. If people are still playing Buddy Fight, hit me up, please. I love Buddy Fight, and I still love Buddy Fight. There is no deck limit. I'm guessing the game didn't go long enough in the U.S. for the deck limit to be met, like Magic had that situation happen. But there is a must. You must have one copy of your buddy for outside of the deck, and you must have your flag. This is required. So if you need to build your deck, you now know. For Weiss Schwartz, or as we call Wiss. Yes, I have it spelled weird because that is actually how it's spelled, but when you go on Google, it's Wiz, and it's Weiss, and I'm just, yeah. It's 50 even. 50 even. You want 50 cards. No more, no less. For Battle Spirit Saga, for our people who just started playing it, guess what? The recommended amount is 50, but there's no deck limit yet. No one has crossed the line yet for them to put a deck limit. Heads up for that one. Just so you know, no one has set the screw up yet for the deck limit. Digimon, your deck must be 50. Your eggs are a max of 5. You cannot have any more eggs than 5 and you can have none. But your deck must be 50. Must be 50 cards. Must. Pokemon players should already know this. 60 cards is required for your deck, no more, no less. One Piece. This surprised me. I was expecting the decks to be a little bit more flexible considering the limited options you have right now, with the game still just getting its feet out of the, well, not out of the water, but in the water. Um 50 cards on in the deck, no more, no less. 1 leader, and then your equivalent of energies, spendability, 10 Dawn. No less, no more, exactly 10. That's all you're allowed. So I was just like, feel free to leave a comment. I'm pretty sure that just like me, when I did the research and looked all this stuff up, some people might be just as surprised about the deck requirements, just in size, as I am. So please leave a message. I would love to talk to you about it if you got. And if there's a game that you want me to look up the information for and make a second part to this video for other games to make it easier for people to find, let me know in the comments. I will gladly do it. Thank you. Later.